So this person says, I know Nirvana is your most overrated band, but I'm curious what are numbers 2 and 3? My top three are the Beatles, Journey, and Queen. I mean, first things first, when I read your top three, my response was, what? Like, how the fuck are the Beatles overrated? I mean, they're like the pioneers of all of this shit. Now, they're only part of the pioneers of all of this shit, but they were the pioneers of all of this shit, right? I mean, it was the Beatles like opened that door for rock and roll, right? The Beatles were like, "Wah." And then the Rolling Stones came behind them and fucking kicked the rest of the way in, right? And that's how we get, in my opinion, rock and roll. And the Beatles and the Rolling Stones were influenced heavily by black blues artists in the United States of America. So yeah, I can't say the Beatles are overrated, and I fucking love Queen. I mean, Journey's an okay band, right? They got some good tunes, but yes, you are correct. Nirvana is, without a question of a doubt, in my opinion, the most overrated band in the history of overrated bands. Numbers 2 and 3, like it would be easy for me to sit here and rattle off a bunch of boy bands. It would be easy for me to say like One Direction or New Kids on the Block, but sticking with the genre that I follow the most, rock and roll. Oasis would be way, way, way up there on the list if you consider them in that genre that we're talking about. Oasis, I never understood, like, they had that one hit and it was just okay to begin with. I mean, it just, and the drama and the bullshit and so Nirvana, Oasis, and Kiss. And I like Kiss. I have Kiss songs on my phone. But from a musical standpoint, Kiss was just an okay band. Without the gimmick of the makeup and the theatrics and the stage show, Kiss is just a really good garage band in your small town. You know what I mean? They were an okay band at best. What put them over the top was the show, the presentation, the mystery behind all of the different musicians, and the stories behind the various characters that they were, and then the big stage production. And what really helped Kiss tremendously, better than almost any band I think that has ever existed, was their marketing savvy. They put their fucking name on everything. Like, they marketed the shit out of their brand, and they did it well. So that would be my top three: Nirvana, Oasis, and Kiss. Now, that's not to say that there aren't a bunch of other bands that I view as overrated. Like One Direction, like I said, I view One Direction as overrated. I don't think their music is very good, and I think that they had a Beatle-esque style following for something that wasn't that spectacular. I don't like Taylor Swift's music, but at least her music is good, right? She does a good job with her music. It's just not my jam. So I wouldn't qualify her as overrated. I would say that Taylor Swift is probably one of the most influential musical acts of the last 30 years, if not the most influential musical act of the last 30 years. But like, yeah, New Kids on the Block back in the day, it was dog shit. It was like, cats fuck with more harmony than they sing. And everybody went nuts for them. Why? Because they were all cute guys, right? The gals went nuts for them because they were cute guys. Ace is great. Fantastic. Good for you guys. You made a shit ton of money, but let's not pretend like you were making any decent music. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Menudo would be another one. The Backstreet Boys would be another one. Like, when I hear the music, it's like, when I hear Taylor Swift's music, I go, it's not my style of music, but at least it's decent music. When I hear the other bands that I'm mentioning, it's not my style of music, and it's shit music. So